On the one hand, I'm super happy that I got Nex Machina in a humble bundle for a very cheap price. On the other, I feel bad, because Nex Machina is one of the finest and most well-designed twin-stick shooters on the market today. Cheap game, nobody knows about it, immaculate quality, sounds like a perfect candidate for the Bone Zone. Let's get into it. Nex Machina, or to use its full title, Nex Machina Death Machine, was developed by Housemarque and released on PS4 and Steam in 2017. During development, it was referred to as the Jarvis Project, due to veteran game designer Eugene Jarvis acting as a consultant. Jarvis was a designer for iconic arcade games like Defender, Robotron 2084, and Smash TV. Ooh, double-fisted action.
I'd buy that for $1.
Housemarque also seems to be looking into releasing an arcade cabinet for Nex Machina, which, yeah, do that. That sounds awesome. I'm all the way down for keeping the arcade dream alive. And incidentally, I'd very much prefer Death Machine as the game's title. Too bad that title was already taken by a 1994 British-Japanese cyberpunk horror film starring Brad Dourif, banned in China and Australia. The story is...
I don't know.
Seriously though, I don't think even Housemarque cared about a coherent story. There are multiple animated endings depending on which difficulty you beat arcade mode on, but they don't really explain much. It's fine. If I want compelling story, I'll go play Shower with Your Dad Simulator 2015. If I want balls to the wall action that keeps me constantly engaged, I'll play this. Your goal in Nex Machina is to battle through 6 worlds, only 5 on Rookie mode, with 15 levels each and a multi-phase boss fight at the end of each world. Just beating the game and seeing the credits roll should be your first goal. Your next goal should be learning the game's numerous intricacies and scoring mechanics, so you can start laying waste to those leaderboards. The game uses your standard move with the left stick and fire with the right control style, with a short-range dash on the left trigger and firing your sub-weapon on the right trigger. Dashing allows you to quickly move through enemies and other hazards unharmed. You may not need to rely on it very much on Rookie difficulty, but it becomes an essential skill in Experienced and Veteran difficulty. As for Master, it would appear I am still small, Grasshopper. As for sub-weapons, you select from a power-up that cycles through your 6 options, giving you the choice to sacrifice time and points for the weapon you want. These weapons are the laser, which fires a sustained beam that mows down smaller enemies in a very satisfying fashion, though it takes a bit longer to kill larger enemies and slows you to a crawl while firing. The
Rocket Launcher
fires a large projectile that will kill most enemies in one hit. It does have some splash damage, but I find the area of effect a bit too small for my liking. The sword has a very short cooldown between uses and lets you slice up enemies and projectiles. Reminds me a lot of Fury. Try using it just before dashing and see what happens. It's awesome. The remote detonator sends out a slow-moving bomb that can be detonated at will. I tend to steer clear of it. The power shot takes a sec to charge up before firing a piercing shot that reaches across the entire zone. And lastly, the smart bomb, which causes an explosion in a small area around your character that annihilates enemies and erases projectiles. A useful defensive option and an excellent offensive option, if you want to risk it for the biscuit. Nex Machina offers many methods of increasing your score, so many that it can be a bit overwhelming at first. Most apparent when you first start the game should be the humans scattered around each level, each giving you a point bonus when you rescue them. However, Nex Machina goes a step further by adding a combo system that encourages you to rescue humans quickly, but also spacing them out enough so that the combo meter doesn't run out before the end of the current level. There are also secret humans that will show up after destroying certain parts of a level. There are also secret exits that lead to bonus levels, along with beacons that show up in the same location every playthrough, disruptors that randomly spawn in levels, and snake-like visitors that must be destroyed quickly before they make a quick getaway. Add to this a time bonus for working quickly, and you've got a hellish juggling act of managing all these point mechanics and trying to stay alive. I bet Octodad would like this game. If you're concerned that all of this sounds unmanageable, don't be, because Nex Machina's sound design is really good at making sure you have all the information you need. For example, if you hear this sound, it means a human is about to be taken by a machine, and you should probably get your ass over there to stop it. If you hear this sound, it means you've uncovered a secret human. This sound means that your bullets are hitting a secret exit block. Play Nex Machina enough, and these sounds will start provoking immediate reactions from you without even thinking. This game turns your brain into a well-oiled machine of action and reaction. It's awesome when you get into that phase of being at the top of your game, not losing any lives and keeping that human multiplier going, until you make that one little mistake, and everything comes to a screeching halt. And it's like,
you threw off my groove!
The music is really good. I wouldn't quite say it's download worthy or anything, but it does a great job of setting the game's tone and keeping you in the zone. AutoZone. Hey, Skeleton from the future here. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. This soundtrack is awesome and you absolutely should buy it. I only have a couple of minor gripes. First, it can sometimes be difficult to see what's going on south of you because of how the camera is angled downward instead of being directly overhead, though this has only been an issue for me on a select few levels. Also, because of the game's voxel-style graphics and liberal particle effects, it sometimes becomes difficult to see through all the chaos. It's an issue that has led me to a few lost lives in my experience. This becomes a greater issue on harder difficulties where enemies come at you in much larger waves. These issues are but minor blemishes on an otherwise extremely well-designed game, one that I consider a gem in my collection, a perfect addition to the other hidden gems that I've reviewed here on the Bone Zone. Which, by the way, please like, comment, and subscribe. I don't really want to play the YouTube game of pestering people to do these things, but it's the only way to get my channel's head above water. Nex Machina is available on Steam and PS4, and should be going on sale pretty soon with the Steam Summer Sale coming up around the end of June. Seeing as how Housemarque took the twin-stick shooter genre and stretched it as far as it could go, I would love to see what they could do with the shmup genre. Either way, I wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors. But until next time, this is A Skeleton, signing out.